father to father, parent to parent. One thing I think I've had to come to the realization of that I've had to grow in is my patience with my children. Recently, I've been talking to my mother a lot about it, and then I've talked to my father quite a bit as well, my second mother, where they tried to encourage me to be more patient with my kids. Sometimes I have to be honest, I get very frustrated, and not as patient as I should be, and it's not that I forget that my kids are 2 and 3 years old, but sometimes when you're in a rush to do something or you're thinking, hey, this should go this way or what have you, and you're wanting them to kind of bend to your will, and that's just not completely possible. And I have to be honest, I've done a terrible job of holding on to that. And I know better than that. I've known that for years. Even when I'm 35 years old and I have 2 younger brothers and a sister, and all of them are about 17 and 18 years younger than me. And I learned that then, and it's one of those things where I'm not sure why it doesn't just compute in my head, hey, I might need to be patient with them because they are little children. Now, I've been pretty fortunate. I've never gotten so angry where I've just gone into shaken baby syndrome mode, and it's like trying to beat, the kids up or stuff like that. But I've heard those stories, and I know some people will say, I could never do that. But I can honestly say I've been angry to the point where I can understand the guy who's popped his kids, too much, or shaking his kids too much. Men are typically not the best nurturers. That's typically ladies. That's not men cannot be nurturing at all, but it's typically more women. And so it's one of those things that I've had to, say to myself in the last week or two to be more patient. One of the things I used to say all the time is, man, it's never a dull moment with my kids. And I remember, somebody said that to me the other day, and I remember my mother reminded me, well, yeah, but when you have kids, it's never, right, it's not a dull moment. That's the point. If life was dull, many of us wouldn't want to live it anyway. And so it's one of those things that I've had to do kind of what my father would tell me, which is kind of do different breathing exercises and practice, and just remember, hey, that's my child, and they're small and they're still trying to grow and understand. So father to father, parent to parent, be more patient.